at the Johns Hopkins University and one of the world's leading experts on hyperinflation. And of course, Professor, I know you've been following that in many places right now, but let me just give you a chance to set the stage, because I think it's really important for people to understand the scope of the problem. How bad is the inflation situation in your view right now?
It's very bad. The Federal Reserve has made one of the largest mistakes it's made in the post-World War II era since the COVID crisis began. And Aaron, there are really three things to get a handle on, I think, that I'd like to stress. One is that the so-called supply chain problems that Nick was reporting on earlier from Los Angeles, those are not a cause of inflation. That is not an inflation problem. That causes relative prices of things that are in the glitch, shall we say, to go up relative to everything else, but it doesn't cause overall inflation. The second point I'd like to stress is that this is not a temporary phenomenon. So what is it? Inflation always and everywhere is a monetary phenomenon, too much money. Now, the supply chain thing, just so your viewers get a handle on this.
Yes.
We have huge supply chain problems in China, Japan, and Switzerland. And in all those places, the inflation is less than 1% a year. Ours is 6.2%.
President Biden and the Democrats are saying that spending another at least $1.9 trillion will help alleviate inflation. Specifically, they say the child tax credit and free childcare, universal childcare, will alleviate inflation, not increase it. Let me play what they said.
And according to economists, this is going to be ease inflationary pressure, not increase it, ease inflationary pressures by lowering costs for working families.
Childcare would also be a huge relief at a time of crisis.
One of the other reasons why it's so important to get those childcare provisions through is that's also going to help with inflation.
Is this $1.9 trillion bill going to help with inflation?
This is utter rubbish, what you've just played. And they've got so much money, excess, in the monetary bathtub right now that no matter what they do, if they completely cut the spigot off and didn't put anything in, we'd still have a big inflation problem that will last through 2024. We're up at around, I predicted a year ago, we'd be at 6% by the end of this year. Well, it looks like we're going to be pretty close to that. And we'll have the same number next year and the same number the next year and probably pretty close to that the next year.